Assalamu alaikum. So the $1 million question. I did not know that it is still daytime. I assumed I was mistaken. I thought it's sunset. I looked at the watch and I realized that I was mistaken. It was actually ahead of time. For whatever reason, people happen to break their fast before Maghrib. What is the hukm? There is a difference of opinion, and this difference of opinion would last until the day of judgment. So if you call during the program and Muhammad Salah gives you an answer, then call Sheikh Asim and he gives you another answer, you understand it is due to that even at the time of the companions they differed. Al-Jumhur is a term that describes the vast majority of the Muslim scholars, and in this mas'ala it includes Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, everyone. They say, look, if you happen to break your fast and it was cloudy and the clouds moved away and the sun was still there, you need to make up that day. This is the vast majority of the scholars. Ibn Taymiyyah, whom many people accuse of being very strict, you know, Ibn Taymiyyah delivered a lot of ease for the Ummah, whom later on all the fuqaha and most of the ulama followed him. Said, no, it doesn't require qada, qaza, to make it up. Why not? Didn't Allah the Almighty say in Surah Al-Baqarah, رَبَّنَا لَا تُؤَاخِذْنَا إِن نَسِينَا أَوْ أَخْطَأْنَا. Allah inspired us to supplicate Him with this invocation. Oh Allah, do not hold us accountable if we ever make any mistake by or due to out of forgetfulness or by mistake. Do something wrong out of forgetfulness or by mistake. Allah said, I answered your dua. So I granted you pardon. It wasn't my fault. I thought it is Maghrib. So I broke my fast. Then I just realized that I still have 5 minutes more. So I stopped eating and drinking. I spat whatever is in my mouth. I waited until it is Maghrib. You're not blameworthy. And this is the opinion of Ibn Taymiyyah, and it is 100% valid. During the life of Umar ibn Khattab, when he was the Khalifa, was sitting in the masjid and Hafsa brought them drink and food and so on. And they assumed it is night, Maghrib time. So they started eating and drinking. And then it was cloudy. Once the clouds moved away, the sun was still up there. So so Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We made ijtihad, will not blameworthy. And he did not ask them to make it up. So this is an action of a companion. So if anyone feels, you know what, I would rather make up that day, make it up, and this is safer. If you take the opinion of Ibn Taymiyyah due to the ayah and the hadith, you're not blameworthy. Also, there is a very interesting analogy here. When a man came to the Prophet ﷺ and said that I ate, I drank out of forgetfulness, that wasn't at Maghrib. No, it was during the daytime of Ramadan. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to him, إِنَّمَا أَطْعَمَكَ اللَّهُ وَسَقَى. Why did you eat? Why did you drink at Asr? I totally forgot. I thought I'm not fasting. Somehow, I completely forgot it's even Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ said, resume fasting. The day is valid. And you don't have to make up the day. You don't have to do qadha. إِنَّمَا أَطْعَمَكَ اللَّهُ وَسَقَى. Simply, it's a gift from Allah. Allah made you forget to eat and drink. He knew that you were in need for that. And He did not ask him to do qaza or to make up that day. So the matter is easy, inshallah. Certain masail, whenever there is a reasonable khilaf or difference of opinion, and we share with you, it is to inform you that if you ask on another program the same question and you got a different answer, now you know why there is a different answer. My attitude in Ask Huda, and since we started the program, it is not just a Q&A program. It is an educational program. So those who have been following us for years, they know that it is not necessarily boring to hear the details, but it is very educational. And there are other shuyukh and there are other programs who will tell you, oh, you have to make up that day, and that's it. Then you don't feel comfortable. You want to ask another person and another person. You want to know why. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran showed us in many ahkam the objectives of the hukm or the ahkam. That's called maqasid al-sharia. Behind the prohibition, behind the commandments, it helps us. Not necessarily every hukm, but in many ahkam. So it gives us some guidelines. Sometimes you use the same analogy in order to do qiyas, to know whether this new event is halal or haram or makruh or recommended and so on. So what are you going to do? If you take the opinion of Ibn Taymiyyah, because you broke your fast a few minutes before Maghrib and you were totally under the impression that it is Maghrib time, or somebody called the adhan a couple minutes before the actual time according to the calendar, he's not blameworthy. And those who broke their fast earlier, they are not blameworthy. Barakallahu fikum.